love our Olga. We are grateful to her to offer this again, and I am certainly all about the decluttering process because, I'm over it. And I need to get rid of stuff in my house. So, Olga, it is all yours. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. Good afternoon, everyone. I am going to go ahead and share my screen. Everything that you see on the screen will be sent to you in the form of a workbook, so you don't have to feverishly scribble notes. I will provide everything to you, so don't worry. So let me share my screen and we'll get jumping. All right, let me know that you can see everything okay.
Yep,
Okay.
It looks good.
All right, fantastic. So good afternoon, everyone. For those of you that haven't seen me before, my name is Olga St. Pierre. I am a local real estate agent, and it's a passion for me to be able to contribute to our communities with the information that I usually take from social media, from magazines and books and what you see on TV, and make it manageable and human realistic right here in our community. So today, what we're talking about is decluttering your home, and we're going to do it as stress-free as possible. So that is the goal. I hope that when you are done and walk out of the workshop today, you're not going to look like the poor girl who is trying to pull whatever is left of her hair that you see on this photo. So just a little bit about me. I have been practicing real estate in New Jersey and Pennsylvania and serving our clients for the last 12 years. I truly love what I do because I can tell you for a fact that never there's a dull moment or a quiet time in our business, because there's always so much to do and to try and figure out and avoid issues. And our team mission is to help anyone who is interested in becoming a homeowner. And once you become a homeowner, you know that your job does not stop there, because we want to protect our investment and we help you be a sustainable and responsible homeowner right here in our community. We do offer and help out everyone to make a move anywhere in the United States and Canada. So if this is something that you may be anticipating or you know someone who may need this help, please reach out to us so that way we can help you, because we have a network of other agents that we work with throughout both countries. Concierge service is a great service that we provide. Think of us as your yellow pages, virtual yellow pages. So anyone that you can think of you can possibly need, we probably have recommendations for you. And we are continuously updating and collecting more recommendations. So if you know of someone that you have worked with recently, whether it's a great plumber, electrician, accountant, an attorney, please share it with us. We are happy to add more resources so that way then we can turn around and share it with others who may be looking for those recommendations. So let's jump right in. Why are we talking about decluttering? I found some very interesting statistics when I originally designed this workshop over 3 years ago. So I've been talking about decluttering for over 3 years now. And I can tell you that in sharing my story and me actually following what I teach and also hearing what others have done, it's truly not just something that is hip because it is being discussed in social media with the gurus that are, telling you how to fold things, but it's also important for your health and well-being. So that's what we're talking about today. These are some of the questions that I see and I get on a regular basis when we talk about decluttering. And it's even more relevant in my field because whenever I have clients that are getting ready to make a move, one of the first things that we talk about is decluttering and starting to pre-pack is what we're talking about. So questions that I hear are what you see listed on the screen. It just grows over time. You're not sure where to start. We all have stuff. And, think about it, this is an example. Our mail comes to our house Monday through Saturday, 6 days a week, maybe except for holidays. So that's one of the most important things that I give you as an example, that you have to stay on top of the mail that is coming in. Otherwise, it's going to overwhelm you, like you see on that picture. I can't tell you how many times I have walked into people's homes and there is, catalogs and brochures and ShopRite flyers that just keep piling up. So that is something that we have to be very much mindful to keep on top of. the stuff that we have and that we carry or we live in does truly affect our happiness, our health, our productivity on two levels. One is the subconscious, the other one is conscious. And the easy way for me to explain to you the difference between the two is this. When you get up in the morning, you do things on autopilot, right? You shower, you brush your teeth, and then you make your coffee, right? You have a routine that you do. And this is something that you do on the subconscious level because you don't even think about it. It is so ingrained in you as part of your routine. But then when you open up the fridge because you want to pour some half and half in your coffee and you realize you don't have any, you literally stop in your tracks because it kind of, ruins your routine. And it's like, I can't have my coffee now. So that is thinking about something in a conscious level, because you actually have to stop what you're doing. And then you have to write on your grocery list that you now are out of half and half and you need maybe milk, and you put that on the list. This is something being conscious about and thinking about it physically, literally. You focus on what you're doing. Okay. The important thing to understand is that the clutter and the disarray is affecting us on the subconscious level. And when that happens, we are drained of energy. We become cranky and moody because we don't truly think about it. However, it is there in the back of our minds, like a hamster wheel that just slowly rotates, and it's just kind of there, sitting there and festering. Okay. So overall, clutter does weigh us down. And it has been proven through multiple research that was done that pertain to clutter, is that clutter itself can be a source of stress, a depression, health issues, for example, focus or disruption of sleep. And I want you to think about how that might affect you if you are not sleeping well. What does your bedroom look like? Is there a lot of clutter and things that are in your bedroom that may be affecting the way you are sleeping or not? Family problems and home disrepair. And I've seen it in the home disrepair where there's a lot of things that are being accumulated, maybe in a part of a garage or a basement, where things get moved and then we are finding issues, whether it's pests, whether it's critters, maybe there is water that is coming in that we couldn't see because of all the stuff. So clutter is truly a serious challenge that is very important to tackle right now. That is important for our well-being, right? So when we talk about energy, is, as clutter accumulates and you think about it, it kind of makes you go like, meh, right? And that means that it's affecting your energy on a negative level. So today I invite you to think about doing the decluttering and going through this process, a process of opening up new opportunities and keeping the things that you truly enjoy and love, and getting rid of things that are making you unhappy and making you feel tired and overwhelmed, right? So that is the goal for today. So let's jump in. How are we going to do it? I invite you today to create a game plan, right? Just with anything, the number one thing is you need to start. And here's how I invite you to do that. Okay, we're going to start small. And that is the number one thing I want you to think about this, right? Because overall, decluttering, it seems like a big mountain and you just don't know how to climb it. So we're going to take it one step at a time. So number one, you need to schedule an appointment with yourself, just like you would do that for a doctor's appointment or something that has to do with your kids or grandkids. You're going to schedule an appointment with yourself that you're going to honor and you're going to keep, because it is just as important and it is for you. Okay? I encourage you to set aside at least 30 minutes to an hour, depending on what it is that you're comfortable with. And you need to make sure that you are 100% present and focused, which means there's no distractions, which means that your phone is on silent, because we're not going to be checking it for text messages or notifications. We also want to make sure that you are comfortable. Okay. You need to change into comfortable clothing, yoga pants, something that is not going to restrict you, because here's a bonus for you that I want to share, is that when you declutter, you're actually going to work up some sweat, which means decluttering equals exercising. So we're going to be efficient. We're going to be tackling and doing two things at once and making sure that we're also moving. Think of decluttering as moving boxes, running up and down the stairs. That's where you're going to burn those calories. And that means that before you start, you need to make sure that you ate, because you're going to work up appetite, and that's going to be distraction. And you need to have some water. Okay. That's why you're not going somewhere else and getting distracted to get your bottle. Okay. Then I encourage you to put some music on, light a candle, open a window, whatever makes you happy and gets you moving and in a positive disposition. And then we're going to get started. I'm also a big believer in having notebooks. I actually have one right in front of me that I use on a regular basis for my work. I encourage you to start a notebook for your decluttering project. And it's helpful because everything that we have that we keep in our mind, it also is a strain on our brain and it saps us of energy. When you put things down on paper, it gives your brain an opportunity to relax because the brain knows that it's not going to have to keep this information any longer and you're not going to forget it. So it gives you a peace of mind as well. So jot down some things and be ready to write down reminders where you stopped after your 1 hour of decluttering, maybe reminders that you need to schedule a pickup from Habitat, or you need to give certain things to your friends or family that you have decided to share with them. Whatever it is that you need to make sure you don't forget, write it down in your notebook. And then you need to have some tools. Simple things, don't overthink it. Trash can or recycle can, some post-it notes in different colors for labeling, and then boxes and storage bins. If you don't have storage bins, that does not mean that you cannot declutter. I invite you to have some boxes. You can go to grocery store and get some egg crates. Any boxes will do for now, at least to help you get started, and you can have them sorted in a couple of different categories, okay, to help you truly get started. Okay, so that is your game plan. This is how we're going to start with that first appointment. So let's jump right in and let's talk about different rooms in the house. And my goal is also help you understand that once you start decluttering, you're not doing this for now and today. You're doing it hopefully for a long period of time, which means that the goal is to declutter and also to set up the area of concern that you started to decluttering in your home or in your car or wherever it may be, and set it up for future success, right? So that way you can actually maintain your clean, efficient, decluttered state. So let's start from the kitchen. What I'm talking about here is doing it one drawer or one cabinet at a time, depending on what you feel comfortable with. If you did one drawer and you still have time left and you want to keep going, by all means, keep going. Okay. Also, don't forget about your fridge. I have some guidelines here for you. One of my best recommendations that I use personally is I always have things that have their own place in the fridge. If you want, label them for your family members, where the ketchup goes, where the mustard goes, where the eggs go. This way, when you or your family members see that you're starting to run low on those things, that goes on your list on the refrigerator. And by the way, that list is hugely important. And I always make it a point with my daughters to make sure that if they see things that we're starting to run low, don't tell me before we go to bed. You need to actually write it and put it on the list on the fridge, because otherwise, if it's not on the list, it's not going to get purchased. When you keep track of what you have in your refrigerator, it's also going to help you save money. And I think that's always a good thing. Use clear glass or plastic storage containers so that way you can see exactly what you have and where you're starting to run low. There is a food storage guide that the government has published, because I just want to remind you that just because some things that we consume and eat do not have an expiration date does not mean that they're good forever, right? So just remember that. That is one of the things that I keep handy. And I don't hang it on my refrigerator. I actually hang it on the inside of my kitchen cabinet, so that way it's not as visible, but it's still neatly tucked away. And you can use that as a guide. If you don't have one, let me know, and I'm more than happy to email you or put one in the mail to you. Then you actually need to do the inventory of your tools, right? The tools that you use in the kitchen. How many cups, utensils do you really need? If you have items and gadgets that you use once a year, do you really still need them for once a year use, or are they collecting dust and maybe it's time to sell them or donate them? Okay. And if you have those special things that you have, maybe in the dining room, your special china set, your special cups, I encourage you not to just let it sit and collect dust for something or someone, but go ahead and start using it. Even if you do it once a week, even if you just do it, your morning coffee, you drink out of your special cup, it's going to bring you that much more joy of using something that brings you a great memory, or maybe important to you because it was a wedding gift from someone special. The pictures that I have here for you are some of the tools that you can invest in. Yes, I'm actually asking you to buy something to help you set up your kitchen for success. Once this workshop is recorded and with the workbook, when you look at the video, under the video in the description box, I'm going to have links to all these products. If you wanted to purchase them, all of these are from Amazon. All of them are very inexpensive. You can invest in them to help you create a great kitchen setup. Whether it's your own home, whether it's a rental, it's going to work either way. And the goal is, again, you start to declutter and then you help yourself to maintain that orderly pace to give yourself that satisfaction that every time you come in the kitchen, it is in nice in order. You know exactly where to find all of your items. Heading into the bathroom. Number one, we're going to first go through the stuff that we have. We're going to throw the products that we don't use or like, including old medicine. My recommendation to you is if you haven't used something between 6 months to a year, it is now bad and needs to be thrown away. And the way I want you to think about this is not, oh my God, I just wasted my money and I'm throwing this stuff away. But the fact that the products we use in our bathroom are usually not refrigerated, which means that they have preservatives and chemicals inside. And that means that you're putting those products on your skin. And the skin is the largest organ in our body, which means it's going to absorb those chemicals. And we love ourselves, right? And we only have one home. Your body is the only home you were given for your lifetime. Where I am as a real estate agent can help you downsize or upsize or buy something else without an issue. But I cannot help you do something with your own home, which is your body. So we want to make sure that we truly take care of it. And what we put in it and what we put on it is something that we need to be mindful about. So game plan here is set up your stations, the things that you use every time in the morning and at night. And you can use the same clear plastic containers and kind of get your routines all organized. So that way you pull what you need and it's all right there within hand's reach. Don't forget about going through your makeup. What I decided to make it easier on you, because we're trying to make it as simple as possible, is replace your makeup every 6 months, right? Things that you use on a regular basis: mascara, foundation, lipstick, eyeshadow. Even though some of this stuff lasts longer, replace it every 6 months. Take advantage of your December and January sales for holidays, and then do the same thing right around July, which we have coming up. And then, give yourself the respect and also the opportunity to buy something fresh, because again, you use it on your skin and it goes on your body, which is the only home that we have. And I have some suggestions for you here as well. Just think about, again, once you're going to clear things out, how do we make our organizing more efficient going on for the future? Again, the same clear plastic storage bins that you can use them here. You can use them in closets in your other rooms. So buy enough and just use them all. And then also utilize some of the stackable products as well, and your vanity doors for hanging the items that you use on the regular basis. Bedrooms are that peaceful place that I mentioned to you before. If your bedroom is full of stuff, you're feeling guilty, which means that your energy is going to be drained in the back of your mind on the subconscious level. Think about that. It may be why you're not sleeping well. So I invite you to think about this if the bedroom needs your attention. So let's talk about clothing. We are all guilty. We have clothes that we probably haven't worn. So I want you to look at your closet and consider a couple of different categories. Number one is if you haven't worn your clothes of some sort in 2 years, which is basically 2 seasons each, right? It's 2 winters, 2 summers. It is time to let it go. If it's out of style, if it's torn, if it's something that you don't like, you don't need, it's too small or too large, get rid of it. Give yourself the opportunity to have room in your closet and then pick up a couple of fresh pieces, because you know that seasons rotate, designs and the styles rotate all the time. So give yourself the grace of getting rid of a bunch and then not buying as many pieces, but buying a couple that maybe, pop of color or something fresh that you may be looking for, to give yourself that little boost in energy because you picked up something pretty for yourself. And again, organization, right? Once we have our closet all nice and tidy, we're going to keep it organized going forward. A couple of things that I recommend to you is absolutely closet made, some kind of organizer kit so that we're using fully every nook and cranny in your closet. You can see the befores and afters. You don't have to go so fancy because everything costs money. But these organizers, you can pick them up in Home Depot and Lowe's, or you can order them right online as well. So I'll have the links for you. And these cubes are great for storage. You can even use the plastic ones because I love the fact that they're clear. You can see exactly what's in them. You can use shoe boxes to put your shoes. The other tip that I have for you is when you buy sheets, you know, you have those zip up bags. I keep all of mine because I store things in them too. It prevents from stuff getting dusty. You can keep shoes in there. I keep my bathing suits in there. You can keep everything. And number one, it's free. And number two, it's clear and it's really heavy duty plastic. So it lasts me forever. So those boxes you can actually use for a million different reasons. We're heading now into living room and family rooms. Here, I invite you to kind of look around and see what are we going to go through and read. If you have books, anything that's outdated and unwanted, you can donate to the library. If it's stuff that's really in bad shape, if it's textbooks, if it's encyclopedias and old magazines, those need to be recycled. Right? Take advantage of your trash to recycle days to help and get rid of stuff. And also remember, books and paper absolutely suck and attract dust like there's no tomorrow. So if you are not feeling well and maybe you are, stuffy or you have some kind of allergies, it could also be because of the dust that you have at home, maybe because of all the books and the papers that you have. So keep that in mind as you're going through things, okay? Go through all of your electronics and cords, look at your pillows and blankets. Maybe it's time to get rid of some of them and throw them away and pick up some fresh pieces. And most important, the things that we truly treasure and love the most are our pictures. We take a ton of them with our phone. A lot of them kind of get lost in thousands and thousands of pictures that we do have. I invite you to create a collage that, again, you can pick up the frames at Joann's, at Michael's, or you can buy a collage on Amazon. And then you can go to either CVS or Walgreens and print pictures inexpensively right there, and you control it, you can trim it, you can lighten it, and you can print the pictures very inexpensively right at the store. Garage and basement, I am big on using and helping my clients use as much storage as possible, and that includes your walls and ceiling. There are some amazing shelves that you can purchase that you can actually mount right to the ceiling, whether it's your garage or basement, to help you save space again. I recommend using, again, clear totes so that way you can see exactly what's in them. If you don't have clear totes, you can use masking tape to put on your current totes so that way you know exactly what you have in those totes. And the things that you can keep up and away are such things as sports equipment, holiday decorations, things that you don't use on a regular basis, but they are nice and neat, they're tucked away, and they're all organized, right? You can also get zones organized in your garage and basement where things are being kept up. Like your kids' sports equipment is one corner, your car maintenance is another corner, and then you have shelves for your gardening and for work outside is another corner. Okay, so this way you know exactly where things are. And for wall space, I do recommend these garage organizers, and you can hang anything you can possibly think of on them. I love the shelves. I love the hooks. You can get these organizers at Home Depot or Lowe's, or again, you can order all of these things right on Amazon. So let's talk about paperwork and what are we shedding? This is one of the biggest questions that I get all the time because people are afraid to get rid of papers because they don't know if it's important, if they're going to need it. Okay, so number one, have the tools to help you get your papers under control. You definitely need a shredder, and you need trash bags, and you need some kind of a shred toter box. Honestly, I use, I'm in my office, I actually use paper bags from ShopRite, right? I grab a couple extras when I am shopping, and I use, one of them is for my pile to shred, and another one is for my recycle that I take out once a week when I get my recycling done. So that's how I usually handle it So again, don't make it complicated, but just have an assigned spot or have an assigned bag for those things. What should you shred? If you are asking yourself if you should shred it, then yes, you should. This is exactly the shredder that I have. I purchased it again on Amazon. It is inexpensive and I've had mine for probably a couple of years and it's still in good shape. It's still kind of just moving along. Okay. Throwaway. Let's talk about things that we are now, okay, we have our piles, right? We have our things separated. So throwing away. Again, when is your trash day? Mine is twice a week. So I make sure that every Monday and every Thursday in my township, I throw something extra, right? Because my daughters have, I think it's their mission in life to bring more stuff for me to go through all the time. That's in addition to keeping up with the mail and other things. And I have been known to bring stuff from other houses because the sellers were not able to get things done on time. So I have taken up their trash. I have taken up donations for them. And then I bring it in and I put it out in my own trash, or sometimes I'll just take it to the donation center myself. So your township bulk day, if you know your township has one, or you can find out when, make your pile in your garage or basement and collect things and put them all together. The same thing applies for electronic and hazard trash days, right? Remember, you can't put the old TVs to the curb anymore. They have to be disposed of in a certain way and they have to be done properly. So check and see if your township has it and if your county is running special collection days. They are back at it this year. After the hiatus from last year. So see when they have them. They usually have 2 dates in the spring and in the fall. All right, donations. If you want to be more focused and more specific with the things that you have, maybe you have some special occasion dresses, or you have some suits that may work for women who are re-entering workspace. Here's a great list for you of organizations that focus on certain things. Or you can always do our general staples that are always being supported and reliable: Habitat, Salvation Army, Goodwill, and other thrift stores that we have around in the community. So use this guide depending on what you have and how you want to handle your donations, if you want to be more specific to what you're trying to do. Selling and who can help. If you have a bunch of stuff and you want to earn, get some money going instead of just making donations, eBay and Etsy are a great way online. You can also order a bag from ThreadUp. If you're on social media, Craigslist, Facebook sale groups, and different apps are great. I'm a big fan of Facebook Marketplace, where you can just put things and people will come pick them up at your front door. Next door neighborhoods are great. Poshmark is for some things that are more upscale and designers. Or if you really want to go the old school route, where you can always have a garage sale or yard sale. Estate sale companies and like online sales are more for higher volume. For example, if I have clients whose family member passed away and we need to have a house cleaned out and there's a lot of stuff, I may hire an actual company to handle it, because it's a lot of work. It's getting things organized and going through everything. And this is what they do. And they usually collect a commission, a percentage of total sales, as their payment. Okay, so if this is something that maybe someone who needs to do, or if something that maybe you might be interested in, let me know and I'll put you in touch with a couple of companies that I worked with in the past. And of course, if you have family and friends who can help you, sometimes it can be really overwhelming, but if you have a friend who can come over and you can spend an hour doing this together and then spend some time after that, it's a great idea. Personal organizers are great to help you kind of stay on track, right? So that way you're not being distracted. Those are great. And of course, the large volume companies are there to help you as well. So here is your action plan for today. This is condensed, I understand, but remember, the number one thing is for you to get started. So I encourage you to grab a notebook and first just jot down your thoughts and say, this is what I want to do. This is the area of my home, or this is what I want to do with my car, or wherever you want to declutter, right? If you want to help a friend, how you can get started. Some of these questions that I'm asking you to think about, write everything down. Do you have a deadline? Do you need someone to help you get through this process? When do you want to start? Where do you want to start? right? Painter's blue tape has been a great help to mark and sort larger items that you want to keep. This way you have like a visual way to look in the room and say, okay, I made good progress because I have the tape marking the things that I want to keep. Okay. And of course, the next step is to set that appointment. If you want to do it on a Saturday morning before you get started with your day, set yourself apart, set yourself up with the 1 hour, no distractions, do a timer, and then fire away. And of course, use this handy room by room guide to help you from this workshop, kind of guide you what you can do with each room to help you not only get started, but also make sure that you have set up yourself for success for the efficient maintenance right after. And yes, we are here for you, as I mentioned to you in the beginning. If you need a list of contractors, companies to help you with the decluttering, if you are looking for some home updates because a part of your decluttering, please let us know. If you want to talk in private, let us know how we can help you, because we're here pretty much all the time and can answer just about any questions that you may have. A copy of this video will be sent to you. Everything gets uploaded to our YouTube channel, so you can look at all of the other workshops. Everything gets recorded and uploaded with all of the links and the important information in each of the description boxes under each video. That's what I have to share with you today. Fire away with questions if you have any. Hi, Susan. Good to see you. And if you're not sure how to unmute yourself, you can always post your question in the chat, which is the little bubble button in the middle of the bottom of your Zoom screen. No? Okay, and it looks like I did a pretty good job.
You always do a great job, Olga.
Okay. All right, everybody. If there's nothing else, we will also send you a list of our other workshops that we have this month. We are working on the month of July with a couple of other things that we will get everything sent out to you with the link and the workbook. And if you want to send me your befores and afters and your progress of the declutter, I would love to see it. It's always fun to see those things, right? Even if it's a little. Remember, a little progress is better than nothing. So that is the goal.
I love that.
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
Olga, thank you so much.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Anything else you want to add, or we can wrap up?
I'm going to pull a number out of the hat, and one lucky winner will be receiving a Lowe's gift card on courtesy of the Pineland Family Success Center.
Ooh,
So
nice.
check your email, because it will come in an email.
Okay.
Like I said, one lucky winner, and I will pull numbers out of the hat in a little bit. So we'll go from there. And thank you very, very much. And we will see you again next month too.
Sounds great. Everybody have a great rest of your week. And again, I'm here. If you have any other questions in private, we'll send you all the information shortly, okay?
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Jess, for everything too.
Jessica just got
You're
married.
welcome.
Tell her
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right.
Jess is who I coordinate everything with, guys. When I email Jess 400 times. Can we do this? Can we do that? Can we do this?
It's all good.
Not a problem.
All right. Have a great afternoon, everybody. See you soon. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.